All right, so in this video I have a new pair of Adidas sneaker boots with Pharrell. This is a human race line right here, and this is incredible. These things are wild. So first, you guys are going to look at these and go, whoa, those are terrible, or oh, I kind of dig them, or I want to know more, right? That's kind of the gut reaction when you see these things. This is one of those pairs that Pharrell teased earlier on at the end of the last year, actually, and I was very intrigued by what these things look like and how they felt on feet, and now I can finally answer those questions for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the review of the Hu NMD S1 Ryat. Or Riot? I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into it. What is going on, guys? Hes here. Hopefully you're having a great day out there, and thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Much appreciated. And if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you guys want to shop for sneaker deals that I post for you guys every week, check Collective Kicks in the description as well of every video. And then if you guys are interested in buying a pair of these, I will link them in the description as well. Big shout out to Adidas for actually sending these over. It was one of those pairs that I was like interested in, and I was like, maybe can I get those ones? And they're like, yeah, we'll get you those. I was like, oh, sweet. This model for sure was one that I was absolutely wanting to try. And for those that remember this pair that released last year, like this is one of those ones where I was really excited to see more of the S1 lineage from the NMD. It's like the newer versions of the NMDs. They're crazy heavy duty though, like the midsoles are nuts, but they're really comfortable too, which is like the part that's the most confusing, is how you can have such a big, beefy, meaty, heavy midsole, but have it so soft and like nice on feet. And part of the reason why is because you guys already know there's encased Adidas Boost in this midsole, and it has to be a thick boy amount of Adidas Boost going on here, because this is a really, really big, beefy midsole, and it's, again, really hard rubber. But check out the midsoles on both of them. They look pretty much identical, and the outsoles as well, which is another cool feature of the S1 and the S1 Ryats, if that's how you pronounce it. But they have that trefoil logo all over the place, and I like how they use that exaggerated extension of the trefoil to create the rubberized traction on the bottom. It looks crazy. And I mean, in hand, these things feel crazy. But then after this incredibly, ridiculously large midsole, you have a rubberized material for part of the upper that kind of goes around the entire thing. So it goes and wraps around the heel, sides, and then all the way around the toe cap as well. Very thick, heavy-duty rubber, almost like the rubber that you'd see on the sidewalls of a sneaker. So after that rubberized material, the rest of the upper is kind of interesting. You have a very interesting mix of kind of rubberized materials, and then like suedes, and then ballistic nylon, it feels like right here. So you have the rubberized materials with the added perforation holes, large perforation holes for the sides. So that is in white. And then for the back collar, and then the laces, and then the toe cap, you have this nappy suede that's super nice. And then you have two different colors of ballistic nylon, some on the sides, and then obviously the tongue is done in white. It says human race across the tongue. Something that I really like about these is the subtle branding. There's not really like a crazy amount of Adidas logos all over the upper of the shoe or anything. There's no Adidas logos on the tongue or the back. There's just a really small Adidas name and logo right here on the back that's in the same color of the outsole, midsole. That kind of scoops up right here. And then obviously the trefoil logos on the outsole is a key identifier, but you don't really have any more really branding on the sides of the shoes. It definitely feels like a human race boot, which I think is super rad. Also, the liner of this is pretty awesome as well. It feels like it might be a fake leather, but it's like a leather-ish lined liner from the tongue and then also around the collar. And when you put them on, it's definitely noticeable and it feels nice. The other thing I really like about these is the color blocking that they went with. I like that it's primarily like a milky gum all over the place, and then you have hits of white, and then kind of like a bone suede, and then underlay right here. White part for the tongue, and then even around the top collar is like a cream leather up here, so it really just has a nice variation of natural tones. And then you have the crazy vibrant hits that really set off the boot. So you have the orange right here on the midsole, and then also underneath the perforated holes right here from the laces. Then you have the baby blue back here, and then also the baby blue underneath the perforation from the rubberized material back here. You have the pink laces, but they also came with an extra set of white laces, so if you want to settle it down a little bit more. Personally, I like the pink laces, and my little daughter, Maddie, loves that. Like, she loves pink, and red is her favorite colors. You also have an orange liner on the inside of the shoe in that classic Pharrell human race fashion. Then I like that they added, like, the green for the lace loop on the back, and I like that they have a lace loop on the back as well. It's actually a functional loop that you can use to get the boot on, which I always appreciate. As an old man trying to get my boots on, it's somewhat of a challenge sometimes. But yeah, I like the color pop and all of the different colors there. I think it just brings together the boot in a really nice fashion. And I thought originally I was like, it's kind of weird colorway. Then I get them in hand, I'm like, okay, dude, like I really like the details and the way they kind of landed everything together. Now on feet, put these on and you'd expect them to be a little bit weird or just different. And I can say you put them on and it definitely feels different and they feel incredible. They're like super, super nice on feet. The closest thing that I could say that I tried recently that these feel like, I would say, is probably the Fear God ones. From Nike. Those ones are kind of nice on feet as well, like once you get them on. I would say that these have a way more comfortable and more relaxed feel. The midsole is Boost, so it's definitely squishy and nice there. But the upper and everything, when you put them on, I like the fact that it has a detached tongue here. You can just slide them in, and it's like the most comfortable like styling for a boot that I can remember in recent times. Now, there is a Terex Free Hikers as well, so I would say this felt somewhat similar like that, but more boot-like, because the midsole and the outsole is definitely a lot thicker than on the Terex Free Hikers. But I also like that the upper is not prime knit. I like that it's like cut and sew materials like leathers and plastics, and I don't know, but I like the materials on the upper and the way that it feels like a really comfortable version of a boot. And that's what they're probably trying to accomplish, and they definitely did with what they have here. I feel like this is one of those products that people are going to try and they're going to be pleasantly surprised when they try them on. They feel great on feet. They look really crazy and something that's definitely different. And if you're a fan of Pharrell and the Human Race line and everything else that he's brought to the table with Adidas, this is a no-brainer. It's definitely going to be something that people are going to be feeling. I'm really happy I got a pair, and definitely a pair that I will be wearing on a regular basis, and it's a fun one, man. I think seasonally, this is probably a shoe that should have came out in the fall or the winter time. Unfortunately, it's coming out in spring, summer, which is probably the wrong move. But honestly, I bet it was COVID related again, as with most of the shipping delays that we've seen. So maybe no control over that. But other than that, what do you guys think about the Pharrell S1 Ryats? Oh, it's R-Y-A-T. I think it's right. I'm insecure about that. I was calling it a rat originally, but then I looked up the pronunciation. I was like, maybe it is Riot. Anyway, I think that these are pretty excellent, and happy that I got a pair. And if you guys are interested in buying them, I'll link them in the description. I appreciate y'all for checking in, and thank you Adidas for sending these over again. You guys rock, man. I was really hoping I would get a pair of these. I didn't know it was actually going to happen, and super geeked that I actually ended up getting a pair. But appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching, supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, and hopefully we'll see you guys back here for some more content in the future. Hit that subscribe button and the like button if you guys did like the video, and yeah, have a good one. Peace, guys.